This is the iSense receiver, and this is the Inspiro transmitter. Now what you'll need to do is pick a responsible person to check the iSense functioning each morning. To do this, disconnect the charging cord from the Inspiro transmitter. Check the battery in the iSense receiver with a battery checker if one has been provided to you. Make sure the battery is inserted properly. The ridged edge of the battery should face the side of the iSense receiver that has the Phonak name on it. Close the battery door completely before proceeding. Place the iSense receiver close to your ear. The opening on the ear mold should be toward your ear, and listen as you turn on the iSense transmitter. To turn on the iSense transmitter, the Inspiro transmitter, you'll need to do this by pushing the slider on the top of the transmitter to the left. You will see the green color showing underneath the slider. You should hear 3 beeps, and then you should speak into the Inspiro transmitter's microphone. You should be able to hear yourself through the iSense receiver. If you do, that's great. That means the iSense is working. If you don't hear yourself, try the following. Look at the battery counter on the face of the Inspiro transmitter to determine if it's been fully charged. The Inspiro transmitter needs to be charged in the off position each night. Check the microphone button on the Inspiro transmitter to ensure that the microphone is not muted. Push the sync button on the face of the Inspiro transmitter while holding the iSense receiver close to the transmitter and listen again. If you still don't hear your voice, check the battery again and change the battery if necessary. If you still do not hear your voice, turn off the transmitter and the receiver and repeat the entire process one more time. If you still don't hear your voice, contact your audiologist. What you cannot do is rely upon your student to tell you if the receiver is working. If the student says that it is not working, you'll need to run through the steps as we've outlined them in order to determine its functioning for yourself. The iSense Inspiro combination can also be used in conjunction with the DynaMic pass-around microphone. This is the DynaMic transmitter. It is important to know that the DynaMic is designed to use with the Inspiro on the multi-talker network. It does not function as a standalone transmitter. In order to activate the multi-talker network on the Inspiro transmitter, make sure both the DynaMic and the Inspiro are turned off. Turn on the Inspiro first by pushing the slider to the left. You should see green under the slider. Initiate the multi-talker network by pushing the OK button. Then, push the down arrow once to highlight multi-talker network. Push the OK button. Push the OK button again to activate the multi-talker network setup. You can turn the DynaMic on now by turning it over and moving the switch that is on the bottom by the antenna. You will see a red light. The DynaMic must be turned on during the audio pairing time window of 8 seconds. The DynaMic joins the multi-talker network as a secondary transmitter. It starts working as a transmitter through the Inspiro network. After the initiation is complete, the name DynaMic appears on the Inspiro's LED screen. Press OK. Please note the multi-talker network setting is stored in the Inspiro transmitter. If the Inspiro and DynaMic transmitter have been switched off while in the multi-talker network mode, such as before lunch, it can be reactivated after lunch. Multi-talker network mode can be selected by simply turning on Inspiro and pressing continue. In this case, there's no need to reinitiate the network. The DynaMic transmitter will join the network after 8 seconds. When the equipment is not being used, it should be taken to the classroom and put into the case provided. The following steps should be used. Turn off the Inspiro transmitter and plug the charging cord into the Inspiro. And then, of course, the other end will go into a wall outlet. The Inspiro must be off to charge properly. If you're using a DynaMic transmitter, it should also be turned off, and the charging cord should be plugged in to the transmitter and of course the other end into a wall socket as well. Open the battery door on the iSense receiver and take the battery out. Leaving the battery in and the door shut will drain the battery. Put the iSense and the battery into the case provided. Close the case to protect the equipment. For even more explicit instructions, please access the iSense Inspiro and DynaMic user guides or the shortcut guides. Both of these are available on SharePoint in the audiology section.